Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing a reading for Leo. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, as well as the cross-watcher of the Leo. And this is going to be for December 2020. Clear. Although, as we know, these energies are interchangeable. And so whenever you find this video is the perfect time for you. It is also a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. Take what fits and leave the rest. Don't stretch it to fit. Check out your other sign placements as well if it does not resonate. And if you don't know what those are, you can go to a website such as astro.com, plug in your birth information, and a chart will be generated for you. All right, let's see what's going on for my Leos. Leos, December 2020. We'll see if that pops back out. The way it fell out, I'm not sure. They always pop, and it's the first card out. I was going to say they always pop them back out if they're meant to. So, your first card is Portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. So you have opportunities, Leo. You have choices. You have decisions. You have an infinite array of possibilities, right? All possibilities are possible for Leo in December. December is a massive portal month. The 12/12 portal was super intense. We're moving toward what I would call the 12/21 portal. It's just incredible, intense energy. And so things are being lined up for you, Leo. You have so many different options right now. There are so many things that you can do, so many different choices, so many different decisions that you can make that all lead you into a different reality, a different experience. So what are you choosing? Whatever you have the choice, you have the option right now. And I feel like this wild card energy is calling to me. I feel like there's some sort of something extraordinary that could possibly open for you. Some sort of extraordinary possibility. It's sort of like I'm thinking of the game Uno right now with the wild card, right? And like, what do you get to do with the wild card? If my memory serves correctly, that means that you get to decide whatever happens next in the deck. And so that's what's available to you right now. You have that opportunity to decide what happens next in your story. You get to choose which portal, which door are you going to walk through. And it might be, the wild card is the unexpected one, right? It's sort of that Hail Mary kind of thing. So it's possible that some of you might make that Hail Mary choice, or that decision that seems a little bit less, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for now, but the decision that would surprise a lot of people is what I feel like. And I feel like this decision that you make may surprise even you when you make it, which is really interesting. And then as I was talking about that, I was drawn to the Called card on the bottom of the deck, which says Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. So you're being called. This is reminding me of, I believe, part of what I called the solar eclipse video was the Call of the Wild. And so that's interesting because I'm feeling that card of the Call of the Wild kind of energy coming through here with that Called card as well. And you see how they're both walking through these doorways into these other worlds, into these other dimensions, which is really interesting. And then we have Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, Activation. You guys are receiving a massive activation, okay? Some of you guys, it's not necessarily as though you are leaving and moving into the fifth dimension during this 12/21. I mean, maybe for some of you. Maybe there are some Leos watching this who are so spiritually evolved at this point that they are ready to fully transition into the 5D. That is possible. That is absolutely possible. And if you are, like, I'm so honored that you're watching my channel. But regardless, you guys this is like a massive activation and awakening that's happening. And I feel like that's part of what the wild card is this activation is so massive that it changes everything. It changes everything. And that call becomes so much louder. Those soul gifts come online at an even more rapid pace than before. It's like everything kind of clicks into gear, and it's like I was just seeing, it was like all of these images kind of blurring together to create the trajectory forward, all of the timelines, everything coalescing and moving you forward towards your destiny or your purpose is almost what I'm feeling, which is really, this is really cool energy, you guys. And then we have Earth School as well coming up here. So life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So you guys have been learning some really important life lessons lately. You guys have been learning those life lessons. You've been internalizing them. You've been hard at work in the school of life. And I feel as though with the rewards, right? A lot of that hard work is going to pay off now. It's like you have, now that you have achieved a certain level of soul growth, you're just being rocketed into another dimension, really. Like, not necessarily like you're sort of leaving this collective right now, but it's like your consciousness and your ability to project your consciousness and to create your reality is just rocketing to a whole different level right now. Let's see if there's any other cards. Okay, yeah. Empathic starseed coming out. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. And so you want to be careful of this. I feel like this is one of those lessons that you guys have been learning. One of these life lessons that you guys have been learning lately is how to be energetically sovereign, how to not absorb what's not yours, how to be empathic without allowing that to sort of overtake you and run your life, where you're just constantly picking up on all different kinds of energies and absorbing everyone's energies and taking them on as your own. Like, you've really learned how to cut that off and to stand strong in your own power and your own energy. That's been a huge lesson for you. And that is going to really serve you well as you're moving and you're progressing. And then we have, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. And so there may be some amends, some apologies, some clearing the air that needs to happen. This may be another part of this Earth School, these lessons that you're learning right now. There may be any of that, this process of you, and this can be difficult sometimes. This can be difficult for you guys, Leo. I absolutely love you guys. My sister is a Leo. I love her to death. One of my best friends is a Leo. I adore you guys. And I'm a Taurus sun, all right? So we're pretty much on the same wavelength when it comes to this stuff. But you guys don't necessarily always like to admit when you're wrong. Your pride can sometimes get in the way of those situations. And so this is a time where you really want to put that aside, because that's part of one of these are the lessons that these final lessons that you are learning that is going to allow for this transformation and this incredible activation that is getting ready to take place for you. So it's how to be energetically sovereign, and it's also how to admit when you're wrong. And there is no right or wrong, right? But there's how to admit. You guys know what I'm talking about. We don't need to get all fluffy about it, right? There are times when we do things that hurt other people, when we are dishonest, when we are deceptive, when we are not behaving in our highest, right? And other people are harmed either purposely or inadvertently. Oftentimes it's inadvertently. And so even when we don't intend for that, when that happens, we own up to our part in situations. That's what that energy is. It's just owning up to our part in situations and making things right where we need to make things right. And really, and that energy of doing that without being defensive, of also allowing people to come to us and tell us when we've harmed them, without us having to jump back at them and sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? When we defend our position and we say, yes, but, okay, I hurt you, but. There was something that I read once, and it said something like, we don't have the right to tell other people that we didn't hurt them. It was a lot more rosy and complex than that, but that was the general statement of it. Like, I don't get to decide whether I hurt you or not. If I hurt you, I hurt you. If you're hurt, you're hurt. Whether I intended to or not, whether I feel as though you should be hurt, doesn't matter. What matters is that you were hurt. And so it's cutting out all of the bullshit and just being very straightforward. Like, okay, this is this and that is that. this happened, that happened. I apologize. I own my part of this. And now we can move forward. So it's that kind of energy. It's learning how to have those kind of interactions. And really uprooting any of the residual energies around those types of situations so that those are no longer weighing down your vibration. You don't want other people's energy. You don't want the collective energy weighing down your vibration, right? You also don't want this energy of regret, this energy of pride, this energy, like the negative form of pride, this energy of shame and guilt and all of this stuff, resentment, any of those energies. We want to release all of those. We want to uproot all of those. And so that's a big energy that's going on as well. Yeah, is learning how to do that. And learning how to accept that when other people come to you with apologies, when other people come to you and want to make amends, right? Because there's a difference between making an amends and making an apology. An apology is saying, I'm sorry. An amends is taking an action to right the behavior, to right the wrongs, to make things better. And so that's the difference. And really, I'm hearing that too. That's a big thing. Learning the difference between apologies and amends. We can say we're sorry a million times, but if we don't change the behavior, it doesn't matter. You know, if we took something from someone, if we don't return that, right? It's how can I make an action instead of just speaking words? And so that's an energy that's been learned as well. And it's also the energy of forgiveness. If people come up to you asking for forgiveness, can you give that to them? Are you able to give that to them? Are you able to love them and accept them as another being on this journey, in this school, in this earth school, right? This school of life. Can you see them as another soul, as another traveler on this path who is also learning and growing? And can you forgive them? Which also frees not only them, but more importantly, it frees yourself. So those are major lessons that are coming through right now for you guys to to learn and master so that you can receive this massive activation, all of these opportunities that are waiting for you, and really like jettison yourself into a whole other reality, a whole nother experience. And then we have the great severing, Mara's energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. And so there's another lesson right there. It's that energy of learning how to transmute anger, learning how to release anger, right? How to transmute it, how to hold your own and stand your ground in situations of conflict, right? And how do I conduct myself in that situation? When somebody else is angry, when somebody else is coming at me with something, can I stand in my integrity? Can I stand in my compassion, right? And when people are triggering this energy in me, how can I not react, right? If somebody is reflecting that at me, how can I stand still in my compassion and love them and be firm, right? I'm not going to let people walk all over me, but also not feed fire with fire, right? And you guys are a fire sign, so sometimes that can be hard. But don't feed passion with passion if that passion is not beneficial and not of a positive nature, all right? Feed it with gentleness, feed it with love. That's all of those. It's like you guys are releasing a lot of, and you guys may have been in this process for a little while now, releasing a lot of those shadow energies, releasing a lot of this conflict energies. There may be conflicts in your lives that are coming up right now so that you can learn how to bring love into that situation. How love is truly the answer to everything, and you're receiving situations and opportunities to really put that into practice and to really understand what that means. Yeah. To really understand what that means. And I want to look actually at the Great Severing and see if anything comes out here. And this book, I could take the time to really understand how to read it, but I never do. So we'll see. If it pops up, it pops up. But it's that releasing yourself from that conflict energy. Learning how to conduct yourselves in situations of conflict in a way that models your truth and your integrity. And doesn't fuel the flames, doesn't fuel the fire. It's like we put out the fire. When that fire is that raging Mars energy fire, we put that fire out with love. We fuel the fire of our passion in the form of our drives, in the form of our calling, right? But we don't fuel that when it comes to these lower vibratory emotions. We squash that. It's like love is the elixir that we pour on those flames. Yeah, that's enough. I can't find it. That's fine. We understand what it's saying. We understand what it means. I'm going to pull a couple Beyond Lemuria cards for you guys too. Clear. What do we have for Leo? Leo, December 2020. Leo, December 2020. Shine your light, number 44. Be who you are in the world. Shine that light. Shine that beautiful, brilliant light. You guys are, right? Leo, it's all the world is a stage, that kind of energy. You guys are charismatic. You are dynamic. You like to take center stage. So take center stage, but don't be who you know is going to get the applause. Be who you truly are and allow the people that are meant to be in your life, the people who recognize your specific type of shine, gravitate to you. Have the courage to be your full authentic self and take that spotlight as your full authentic self. That energy coming through. And just understand, and that light, as you shine that light gets brighter and brighter. And I'm telling you guys, it's like apocalyptic. The way that this, in a very good way, the way that your light is going to shine, the more you tap into the truth and the authenticity of who you are, the more you embrace this energy, and it quite literally opens up this portal to whatever it is that you desire. All right, any other cards from this deck? We have vulnerability on the bottom of the deck. Practice being vulnerable, practice being open. And that came out, and we also have the throat chakra card here. So I'm feeling like express your truth. I'm feeling vulnerable, right? Vulnerable, open, honest communication. Vulnerable, open, honest communication. That's what you guys are being encouraged to also partake in right now. Which may be a little bit scary for you guys. Is that rawness, that vulnerability, but you truly love it, right? Even if you pretend that you don't, you love it. You love to wear your heart on your sleeve. That's how you are naturally. So really utilize that and communicate the truths that really need to be spoken, that are deep within your heart. That's another thing that you guys have been learning. This is like showing you all of the things that you're learning, the lessons that you're ready to master. So wherever you can see this energy coming up in your life, where that's a situation that you're dealing with, once you successfully navigate that situation, that brings you into this energy, this portal energy, this initiation, this activation energy, full force. And then these are the downloads. This is all of the information, all of the knowledge coming in. Right? So share that as well as that comes through. Share that as well. And don't be afraid to share the knowledge that is coming to you. Don't be afraid to share that either. That's more of the open, honest communication. Communicate the truth about who you are, what you see, what you know, because people need to hear it. The truth about who you are, the truth about what you are, the truth about what you know. Just let it all fly, you guys. And then I like this. I'm feeling this for an end card for you guys. Trust your innocence. So we're going to read this from the book and see what this has to say. And that's card number 54. And this says, truth, trusting yourself, being real with people, knowing the difference between intuition and paranoia, uncensored feelings, and returning to innocence. It can be hard to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, expectations, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our purest essence. Here we have access to the truth of our being. What were the very first feelings or visions you had when you considered the question at hand, before you second-guessed yourself? How does it feel in your body when you are brutally honest with yourself? Try to go beyond the layers of what you have taught yourself to believe, or what you have been taught to believe about yourself. When some of the logic falls away, what answers remain? When you ask a young child a question, they don't censor their answers. Their honesty may not be considered polite or socialized, sorry you guys. It may even seem a bit funny, but it's their truth, and it's interesting to note how intuitive children naturally are. To tell the difference between intuition and mind chatter, you need to recognize a clear instinctive yes and a distinctive no. For this, you must trust yourself. The foundation of self-trust is honesty. You must be completely honest with yourself about what feels good, true, and real to you, and what does not. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is also about not withholding information. It is about having deep transparency within yourself. Some might describe their intuitive yes as a softening rather than a feeling of tightening, contracting, or avoidance. We are to stay on our optimal path, trusting our original innocence or instincts is key. Learn to trust your inner sense or intuition. You are encouraged to be absolutely honest with yourself. Cast aside any mind stories and shoulds that you tell yourself. In your heart of hearts, you know the answers. Dare to listen and to honor them, and to speak them. This card can also relate to being truthful with another person. Relationships can only deepen when we can be real with each other. Consider your timing and be considerate, but this is a time for truths. So that coming through very, very clearly, that speaking, expressing your truth. And that is one of the biggest lessons, I think, coming through right now, is learning how to do that. Expressing your truth, even if it means swallowing your pride, even if it means possibly having to deal with some of this energy and having to learn how to transmute that into love, having to withstand this energy from others, right? And to understand and to love them for where they're at, if they are hurt or if they are angry, right? Not taking that on as our own, understanding our part in situations, but allowing people to have the reaction that they're going to have, and allowing whatever's going to transpire, but having that freedom of knowing that we are speaking and honoring our truth. And just regaining our innocence. When we're withholding things that we know in our heart of hearts we need to speak, that makes us, that we can't feel this innocence. We can't feel this joy. This is the truth of who you are, is this beautiful innocence. And so in order to recapture that, sometimes we have to express what the things that need to be expressed. We have to shine our light, right? And we can't shine our light if our light is being dimmed, because we have all of this pressure building to speak the things that are being left unspoken. So that message definitely coming through. These are these final phases of initiation that you guys are going through, so that you can then fully bathe in this energy. And this energy is so good. All right, you guys, if you like this video, drop a comment. Let me know how it resonated. This sounds like a very intense and interesting and ultimately incredible month for you guys, Leo. There are links down below to donate if you wish to donate to my channel. It is very much appreciated. My email is down below as well if you'd like to reach out for a personal reading and an energy healing session. Those energy healing sessions are so incredibly powerful. The modality that I practice, Belvaspata, works with angelic energies. It works with other beings of light. There is absolutely nothing that they cannot do. They call it the modality of miracles, the healing modality of miracles. And it absolutely is. And so, like, if you're really trying to open up that energy, to clear out that throat chakra, to get the courage to speak the things that need to be spoken, to allow yourself to soften into love, to release any of these heavier energies, to regain your energetic sovereignty and really solidify that, to get more clarity around whatever the lessons are that you are learning right now, to get the courage to shine your light more brilliantly in the world, please reach out to me. We can set that up. I would love to assist you in the unfoldment of that process. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful December. I appreciate you. I love you. Allow yourselves to shine.